Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another competitive battle video and the first giveaway winner announcement of the series. Every Friday, I randomize starter Pokemon, choosing one of them and crafting a randomized team to take online for some battles to see if I can get a win. This time around, and for every episode moving forward, the final Pokemon for the team will be chosen from my website, pokebuilds.com, and the creator of that build will have a free Pokemon booster pack sent directly to them as a thank you. More on that giveaway later, but for now, let's jump into our first round of starters. All right, guys, let's jump into our first round of starters here. We have got Probopass, we've got Grotle, and we have got Frigibax. Now, two of these I actually really like. I love Grotle, I love Frigibax, I love both lines very, very much. Probopass is one of my least favorite Pokemon in the world. I think it's very silly, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna go Frigibax. I've never used a Baxcalibur for real, and it's one of the newest Pokemon that I really, really love. So we're gonna see if we can make this one work today. Plus, I'm pretty sure it's a powerhouse mod. It should be a really strong ad. All right, guys, our first Pokemon here, we have got Excalibur the Baxcalibur, definitely a really powerhouse Pokemon, and this isn't at all what I'd really thought I would do for this one, but after looking at the team, I've really tried hard to make sure I've covered my bases a little better than I have in previous weeks. So we have built this thing physically defensive, very invested in HP, very invested in physical defense. It is a monster as well on the offensive side. So I put Protect on here just to be able to kind of scout a little bit, but I also put Dragon Dance on here because we've got such a defensive set. My hope is that we can pull off a little bit of a setup, and then we've actually got the loaded dice with Scale Shot and Icicle Spear to guarantee we get more of those hits, and both of those moves are obviously stab. Now we've got Heavy Duty Boots on here. That's obviously to avoid some of the issues that we might expect, and then Terra Steel is really a defensive nature for us, so, or excuse me, a defensive Terra for us. So I want to make sure that we're able to keep this thing around and hopefully set up, hopefully do some massive damage, because again, the attack stat's not bad at all on this, but obviously with that Dragon Dance, we get that speed up, we get that attack up, we should be able to take some stuff down. Just again, as a quick reminder, this is all on my pokebuilds.com website, so if you want to check it out, please do. Every week we are going to be doing a giveaway. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Round two is here, guys, and we have got Roly-Coly, we've got Finizen, and we have got Combusken. These are actually kind of interesting. So I actually don't mind the Roly-Coly line, but it's definitely the least exciting of these three in my world. Finizen's obviously incredible. The hero form of all four is insanely powerful. It's one of the most powerful Pokemon in the game, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm actually going to go Combusken. I know that's a little bit maybe odd, but we've already got a Dragon and Ice type on the team. I kind of want to counter that with the fire type on Combusken. Obviously, we're going to fully evolve it into a Blaziken. I think that's going to be a really helpful typing for us. Plus, it has that fighting as well, so it should actually give us some pretty reasonable coverage. All right, guys, next up, we have got Colonel the Blaziken. This is our offensive threat. This thing should be doing incredible damage. Obviously, we have the speed boost ability on this. That is a really strong ability. For that, we did go ahead and put Protect on it because, again, we want to be able to up that speed as best we can, maybe get a bulk up off, and then be able to close combat or flare blitz for as much damage as possible. We built this thing adamant. Again, getting a 189 in attack is huge. And then, of course, we've got the air balloon to avoid some of the hazards, things like that. But this thing is a menace. I'm really hoping, again, depending on how things go, we'll see what the rest of the rounds hold for us. But I'm expecting that this is going to be our big offensive threat, and I think it's going to be massive. All right, guys, round three, we have got Beartic, we've got Combee, and we have Toxicroak. Gonna be honest, this is a not very exciting round overall. I really hate Beartic. It's just not that good. I'm pretty sure it's a pure ice type, which is probably the worst typing in the game. And then Combee, of course, Vespiquen, really not that exciting either. It's not a very powerful mon. I don't really know that it does much of anything as far as base stats go, like kind of where you would normally build it. I think by default, that kind of puts us in Toxicroak territory. I do actually like Toxicroak quite a bit. We do already, though, have a physical attacker, fire plus a fighting type. So this is kind of doubling up a little bit. My expectation here is that we'll probably not take both to any fight, but we'll probably have two very strong physical attackers on the squad here. This will probably be an interesting one to build though. I'm kind of curious about it. All right, guys, we have got Brock, the shiny Toxicroak. I did actually have a shiny one, which is pretty cool. This is our other offensive threat. So again, invested in attack, invested in speed, very adamant nature as well. This thing actually is pretty good. It's not the best. It's definitely not quite as good in my view as Colonel, but that poison specifically does give us a little bit of a check against some of the fairy types, which could be really huge. We did go Poison Jab, Stone Edge, Sucker Punch, and Brick Break on this. And the goal here, we've choice banded it, get as much damage as we can. It's pretty fast as well. 137 in speed is not bad. And I actually went Anticipation. Part of the reason the abilities aren't my favorite on some of these, just as a quick heads up, is because I didn't have as many ability patches or whatever you need to get the hidden abilities. I would have loved Poison Touch on this. However, Anticipation is actually pretty good because it's going to give us a little bit of info, which, I mean, could be really, really helpful. I have no idea. We went Terra Poison to get that Stab Poison Jab off. Again, really trying to check those fairies and get rid of that fighting type weakness, or excuse me, that fighting type secondary as well. Round 4 is here, guys, and we have got some little lads on this one. We have got Sentret, we have got Oshawott, and we have Shuppet. I actually do like all three of these. I know this is kind of weird. Sentret, obviously not the most exciting. It's definitely not the pick here. I do actually like Ferret. I think it's really cute. I know that's a little silly, but it's a cute mon. You got to be honest. Oshawott, obviously you could go two different ways with that. You've got two different Samurott versions. I would assume Hisuian Samurott is the better way to go, but truthfully, I'm not that sure. However, I'm pretty sure Oshawott, no matter which way you build it, is a little bit more on the physical offensive side, and although I do want a water type on the squad, I actually think I'm going to go Shuppet here so we can have kind of a techie mon. I feel like Shuppet's one of those where you can Willow, you can Hex, you can do some really cool shenanigans. We also have never had a knockoff user on the squad, and I feel like that would be really helpful. So I'm going to go Shuppet here. We'll see how we build this because I truthfully don't know what to do with it yet, but I like a good Haximon, so we're going to give it a shot. All right, guys, we have got Boogie here in round 4. This is a really interesting mon. Again, I wasn't quite sure what to do with it, but I've made it a very interesting kind of hexy, techie kind of piece to the team. I've also built this specially defensive. It's not really all that bulky. But again, one of the things that I've not done very well up until this point is try to cover our bases as far as having a special defensive wall, a defensive wall. This is sort of our special defensive wall as best as we can at the very least. We did throw knockoff, so we should be able to get rid of some, you know, hopefully difficult items, we'll say. We've got Will-O-Wisp as well, and that with Hex should equal some reasonable damage. We did also throw Shadow Sneak on here just for a little bit of priority, just on the off chance we really need it. I threw the leftovers on here because, you know, if this is supposed to be our special wall, I would love for it to be able to stick around and just kind of hand out that burn and then maybe swap over whatever we need to do. We'll see. But I did go Terra Fire on this. Kind of an odd Terra, I recognize that, but I think it's just kind of a random one, and I'm kind of curious to see if maybe we can get somebody with it. If that's, I know it's a little silly. Insomnia on this as well isn't the real ability that I would have loved. I would have loved Curse Body, but unfortunately I just didn't have the item to get it, and I really wanted to make sure Colonel had that speed boost, so that was kind of the priority there. All right, guys, last round of starters before the giveaway announcement. Let's see what we have. We have Mousehold, we have Shiftery, and we have Swanna. I actually like all three of these as well. These are some interesting rounds. I feel like it's been a bit of a roller coaster. Mousehold, obviously a really cool mon. Population Bomb is such a sick move. Shiftery is another one that I actually really like. I think design-wise, it's one of the coolest Pokemon. It's Gen 3, one of the best gens as well, but it's actually not very strong, at least in my use of it. Swanna is actually a little interesting in my view. I know that sounds a little weird, but hear me out. We don't have a water type, we don't have a flying type. Both of those are really good for our squad. We might even be able to do, I'm assuming it can learn like a Tailwind Roost set, so maybe we build it defensively. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes, but I'm actually gonna go Swanna with this one. Not at all what I would normally pick. I definitely would normally pick Shiftery, but this is definitely an interesting one for the squad, and typing wise, I think it makes the most sense. All right, guys, our last round of randomized starters gave us Serenity. Now, Serenity is actually kind of interesting. I'm gonna be honest. Not the best mon as far as stats are concerned, not by any means. However, we did invest in speed and attack here, but more importantly, the speed is what we really wanted. I've made this jolly, so it's very, reasonably fast. We also give it a focus sash because I think this is gonna be, generally speaking, our turn 1 lead. We can tailwind up immediately. That's gonna give our whole team a lot more speed, and then we can flip turn out living on 1. So that's kind of the game plan, at least, depending on kind of how the other teams match up and that kind of thing. But I would love to be able to tailwind. That's going to help the rest of our team quite a bit. And then if we've got that big speed boost, maybe we don't flip turn. Maybe we just Brave Bird out and like really do as much damage as we can. I went Terra Flying to really boost that as best we could. And then if we have an opportunity to roost, we'll roost. I don't anticipate it, to be honest, but I wanted to be able to say, okay, well, if we need, or if we can expect a switch out, maybe we can roost up and get somewhere with it. But regardless, this is going to be a really interesting one. Just a different Pokemon. I feel like that's kind of the fun with this series, is we get to try different stuff. All right, guys, and the final Pokemon for our team has been submitted by C. Walters. C. Walters, thank you so much for submitting this. You were actually the first to get a build in, and I really, really appreciate it. We did have a number of other folks also submit, but keep submitting. It doesn't have to be one build. It can be as many as you'd like. I will be picking one every single week, and we're going to add it to the team. Speaking of this Pokemon, though, we have got Jitterman the Jolteon. Absolutely love this. We needed a special attacker on the team. This is our special attacker. Now, I will say it is not built optimally when it comes to, Terras and things like that. Even the nature, I like the plus in special attack. I probably would have gone a little bit different, but you know what? We're building it as C. Walters did, and I really appreciate you doing so. We do have Volt Switch, we've got Quick Attack, we've got Charge, and we have Thunderbolt. So this is going to be our big special attacker. If we can get Thunderbolt off or Volt Switch out, that's actually really, really helpful. They did also build it shiny, and I did happen to have a shiny Jolteon, so thank you so much. I love that. But we do have Quick Attack again for a little bit of priority. And then of course Charge to kind of boost things up a little bit. Did go choice specs on this as well, so this is a choiced Pokemon. This is sort of our alternative lead, is kind of how I'm viewing this, specifically because we've got that Volt Switch and it's just a very quick Pokemon. 182 in speed, very, very good. It does also have Volt Absorb as an ability, which is huge because if we do need it for an immunity, it's just there. It'll tank those T-waves and things like that we might expect as well. So pretty curious to use this. Again, I want to say huge congratulations to C. Walters. Thank you so much for submitting this Pokemon, and thank you to everybody else who did as well. I keep seeing more and more come in. Make sure you are checking out Pokebuilds.com, guys. If you submit Pokemon and make them public, I will choose one of them every single week, and whoever I choose is going to be sent a free pack. C. Walters, I will be sending you a quick email getting all your information, and we'll make sure we get that over to you. But guys, let's jump into the battles. Let's see how it goes, and make sure you enter for the giveaway for next week. All right, guys, welcome into battle number 1. This is going to be a terrible one. We've got a Flutter. Oh, geez, we are wrecked. I do have a bit of a confession to make. Technically, this is actually battle number 2, but I didn't hit record. And I'm really sorry to say, and I know everybody's gonna not believe this, but I did actually win that battle, which is a little annoying, but here we are. All right, so I do think our lead is almost always going to be Serenity here. The only other option I think is Jitterman, and I do want to make sure we bring Jitterman at least once. The other option would be to throw Boogie out, but I don't really know what they're going to be doing. So I'm going to go Serenity Boogie. And I feel like it's Brock. Is that crazy? We're going to try it. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I got to be honest. This team is a menace. Like, there is no doubt this is going to be an impossible battle to win. But that first battle I felt really good about. We KO'd, what was it? A Dragapult and a Rotom. No, not a Rotom Wash. That was the one we didn't KO that before they gave up. There was one other one that we KO'd and I can't remember what it was, but I actually did get a win and I was like, yes, we did it. But here we are. I'm going to Tailwind. We have the Focus Sash here. They're turn 1 Terra-ing. Wow. Okay. I mean, this thing has to be maxed out. Oh, it's poison. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right. Well, we'll see what happens here, guys. I have to imagine we're just going to get wrecked here. Like, I don't think there's a way we don't. This is not the team to take this thing down. Let's just be honest. Yawn. That's actually fine. We just get to flip turn out here. Which is a pretty straightforward play, I think. That's just going to negate the Yawn. Get a little bit of chip damage off. It's obviously not a lot. No, like, Flame Orb or anything on their end, which is actually kind of interesting. I think I just go Boogie and hope to Willow. We'll see. There's the Blood Moon. We might just get wrecked here. Probably so. Wow, we actually lived. I'm a little impressed by that. Leftovers is going to pop. I will take it. All right. I do think I just burn or attempt to burn this thing. It's a bulky set on this. Okay, so they also have leftovers. Interesting. Do I knock off the leftovers or do I Willow? I think I Willow and really hope we hit. If we don't, that's gonna really suck. But knockoff was also an option just to get rid of these lefties because this thing is bulky as a monster. But I think this is probably just the right call. They could also just easy swap. And it might not even be worth it to Willow here if they do decide to swap. Okay, we land it. I'll take it. It's probably not going to be enough for us to stick around here, of course, but it is going to help a little. So I will manage that. They're yawning and we have Insomnia. Our bad ability actually worked. Let's go. I will take it. I will absolutely take it. That's amazing. Okay. Now we might knock off because knockoff, it doesn't, we'll see. Knockoff might not be the safest play, but I think we'll do it. I could Hex. What's our Terra? Fire? I'm just gonna knock off. We're just gonna do it. They are gonna swap. So we're gonna get to see what else they've got here. We do get a knockoff off, hopefully. Flutter Mane. Okay, so that's gonna be booster energy, which just means this knockoff isn't really not gonna do anything, which sucks, to be honest, but here we are. Yeah. It does a chunk. I'll take it. Leftovers doing the thing. All right. Tailwind petered out. Sure. I'm going to just Shadow Sneak, I think. We kind of neutered the Ursaluna here, which I do think is kind of the big play. What am I worried about? Can I Terra? Is it even worth it to Terra? It might be. Is that crazy? No, I think we saved the Terra. I'm just going to Shadow Sneak. We'll see how much it does. It's probably not going to be nearly enough, but that's a chunk. I'll take it. There's the Moonblast. That's absolutely taking us out. It's not taking us out! Guys, this is the most tight battle. Let's go! Oh, come on. You gotta give me this. This is so sick. Come on. Please don't have priority. Oh, if we could take this Flutter Mane out. Oh my gosh. They could just swap. Like, Flutter Mane's a really good mon. I could totally see that. They're thinking about it. They are thinking about it. Oh man, come on. Give me a win. Please give me a win. At least let me knock something out. They are really thinking about it. They did withdraw. All right, we'll see what happens here. I can't believe Boogie is doing this much. Living on 3? That is insane. Okay, there's the Urshifu. It's gonna happen. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Urshifu is a menace, without a doubt. Is it worth it to try and keep you alive? There's no way in heck we outspeed, right? Dark type move is almost assuredly coming. Do we need the Tailwind? I think I still need this thing. I'm gonna go into Serenity here. This is tricky. I'm not sure what the right move is here. I was afraid that Urshifu was going to be here, and naturally it is. So, I mean, I will say we may not win this game, but we're putting up a heck of a fight. Okay, that's all I can say. So Brave Bird could just straight come down and do some damage. I don't know that this thing has a lot it can do to me. Brave Bird probably does a chunk to this, and yeah, I'm just gonna try it, dude. We're just gonna see. There's the withdrawal. I'm curious if they just swap into Fluttermane for the KO, and like, no, they're going Humble. So that, oh no, it is. Okay. So this should be a takeout, right? We got a KO. Not anybody, just Serenity got a KO. That's pretty amazing. That is a very fast mon. We need to keep Serenity around without a doubt here. I think I just flip turn. I really do want to Tailwind up here, but I don't think I can afford it. So I'm just gonna flip turn. What a battle. This has been a really, really good battle. They still haven't even seen the Toxicroak. Not that it's going to be doing much here. What do I expect from them is the question. I don't really want to just throw Boogie down. Although Boogie's kind of had its day at this point, so maybe it is worth it to just let this happen. Because my thing is, like, Boogie is here. Boogie checks the Fluttermane reasonably well. But I think at this point, just getting the free, like, swap here is actually the right call. That may be incorrect. I really don't know, but I feel like it's somewhat reasonable. Okay. I do wish we could have hexed this and like done some damage that way. The burn is helping a little mitigate some of this, so I will take it. I guess we just go here. I really don't know. I'm kind of wishing I had brought something other than Brock, if I'm honest. But I mean, here we are. I think I just like straight Stone Edge this thing and hope. I don't think our Terra is really going to help us, so I'm just going to Stone Edge, see how much it does. It's a chunk. It's not a lot, but it's a chunk. The Yawn is very annoying, but it's not the end of the world. The question is, do we double out here? Or do we just like straight up go for the damage? I kind of worry that they're just going to double Yawn. Is that silly? I'm just going to Stone Edge again. We're just going to see. I don't know, guys. I might be messing up here. I feel like this is a pretty important move or important turn. Yeah, that's fine. But I really don't think swapping out there is maybe the right move. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. The burn is really helping out though. So we are asleep. I mean, at this point, I have to imagine the right move is just to try and like this thing. Oh yeah, we're choiced. Duh. I think the right move is literally just let Brock go down. It's at 3 and asleep. Like even if I did swap it in, it's, oh geez, here we go. All right, well, this is the annoying one. All right, Moonlight leftovers. Ugh, I kind of wish I had swapped out there. Oh well. I still think this is maybe the right thing because there's not much we can do with Brock at this point. There's the Vacuum Wave. Yeah, okay. So Vacuum Wave, Moonlight, Yawn, and oh my gosh, Moonlight. Did I? Yeah. All right, well, it's Serenity against the world here, which I don't think we're getting past this Ursaluna. It's just too bulky. We do have Roost. We do have some not answers, but just some opportunity here. Do I just go Terra Flying? I mean, I might as well to get damage here. But I have to imagine this thing is going to be able to take us out, so that's fine. I will say, I think we played pretty dang well this game. I feel pretty good about it. Not perfectly, I'm sure. I think there probably was a couple swaps we could have made, but I feel like I did reasonably well in this one, so I'm happy about it. Even if we do lose. Yeah. It does a chunk, I will say. And we do move first, so if they didn't Moonlight here, there's the yawn. So annoying. It's just going to be obnoxious. Serenity, though, kind of an all-star, guys. That's all I'm saying. Serenity is kind of killing it. We have to Brave Bird here just to get the KO, or at least attempt. What I'm not sure is if the Urshifu, I'm imagining the Urshifu then will take us out if we even do take this thing out. Yeah, so Serenity got 2 KOs this first battle. You gotta admit, guys, that's pretty sick. This is one of the most hype battles I think we've had. This is insane. So obviously we're damaged pretty low here. They just get to go for a dark type move, I imagine, and knock us out, or just any non-fighting move, and they probably have it. So that's okay. I'm gonna roost on the off chance, you know, maybe. Obviously we're not gonna wake up this turn, but hopefully maybe we get the second turn wake up. There's the Surging Strikes. Yeah. All right, you know what? I will take it. That was an incredible battle. Serenity, best pick so far. That's incredible. Dude, that was a cool battle. All right, let's jump into the second one. Let's see if we can actually manage a win. All right, guys, here we are against Alessandro. Love that. Giratina, Venusaur. Oh, geez. This is another busted team. Iron, Valiant, Latios, and Typhlosion's interesting. All right, very interesting team. Okay, I mean, again, the lead's pretty straightforward. I think it's you. You do have a lot of physical mons, so I do think Boogie is probably still the right call here. I kind of want to take Excalibur. I know we need to get Jitterman in here at some point, but this does not feel like the matchup for it. It just doesn't. So I'm going to go Excalibur. We're going to try that. This is an interesting one. We'll see. Excalibur is probably like our most, I'm going to say, just outright powerhouse Pokemon, aside from maybe Colonel. But this is interesting. I am very curious to see how this goes. Okay. Let's do it. Fingers crossed. Oh, love the Eevee mask. That's cute. Giratina is up first. Wow, shiny Giratina. Nice. Love that. I mean, that's really cool. Pressure. Absolutely. That's fine. I'm going to Tailwind turn 1. We do outspeed. That's good to know. It's really good to know, actually. Okay. Shadow Force. Did it miss? No. Okay. Vanished instantly. Okay. So we can't actually flip turn out. Do I go here? Let me look up something really quick. Hold on. Pokemon. Is this a... I don't know. It is a physical move. Okay. So I am going to go into Excalibur here. We're just going to try. I mean, Excalibur is kind of what we want anyway. In this exchange, like, I think... Yeah, so this is going to hurt. I mean, there's no doubt. But that's our most physically bulky mon, so I do think that that's probably the right call. The question now is, are we worried about them swapping? So we do have Tailwind. I can Terra. I'm gonna Terra D-Dance. I'm gonna expect a switch. Ooh, maybe this works out. There's the Zacian though. We did, I mean, that's fair. Another shiny, dude. The attack rose, okay. This is a cool, very, very cool battle too. Okay, I think the Terra was maybe the right call. So we're gonna get a D-Dance off. That's gonna boost up quite a bit here. And then our speed is boosted not just with D-Dance, but also with the Tailwind. So we should outspeed as well. We don't have a great move for this, but I think I just go Icicle Spear and hope. I will say this is kind of our check to the Giratina, so we do have to be a little careful. I really don't know. I mean, they probably just go for a fighting type move here. 4 times. Okay. Behemoth Blade. That's going to kill us, right? I wish I hadn't Terra'd when I did, to be honest. The Tailwind petered out. That's fine. It didn't actually do as much as I thought it would. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to just Icicle Spear again. So it does outspeed now. That's important to know. We need a crit. A crit would be awesome. Like a crit and hit 5 times. Ugh. Okay, so my assumption is they are going to... I'm actually going to protect here. The only reason I'm doing this is if they were to swap, thinking we might have priority or something along those lines, that's worth knowing. But here, obviously, they just go for the Behemoth Blade. That's helpful info because now I think I just go here. I'm assuming they're locked into the Behemoth Blade. I'm going to be honest. That's kind of my expectation. No, they're not. Oh, no. They read me like a book. Well, I mean, I kind of gave it to them, I guess, but that's really obnoxious. Dang it. We're probably done for now. I mean, I think I gave that to them because I kind of told them what I was going to be doing by doing that. So that's maybe fair. Ugh, dang it. All right, I'm going to just flip turn. Maybe that wasn't the right call. Actually, maybe it was Tailwind. Okay, we do knock out the Zacian. I'll take it. Obviously, we don't have a way of swapping into anything else other than our Excalibur here. But hey, again, Serenity, kind of the MVP is all I'm saying. Serenity's kind of killing it. All right. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the Venusaur is here. I mean, I just go for the Icicle Spear and hope. I don't think there's anything else we can do. Okay, we do outspeed. Two kills. Okay. I mean, I would be very shocked if we make it out of this, but we're doing the best we can, okay? I do wish I had the Tailwind up. I don't know how Giratina fares as far as speed goes in comparison, though. I have to imagine it's more. I have to. Really quick, I want to see... So we go here all day, every day, and just hope we go first. We do go first, but it's not going to be enough. But Serenity will outspeed this, kind of without a doubt. So it comes down to, does Brave Bird do enough? And is this thing got, does it have leftovers? What's it gonna have? Like, that's important. Earth Power. Okay. Maybe? This is such a good battle. If Serenity gets a win against a Giratina, are you kidding me? You have to... Okay, if we get a win, everybody in the world has to like this video. Come on. Are we gonna do it? Okay, I mean, yeah, it endures. That's fine. I don't care about that. Guys! Let's go! Oh my god. Okay, come on. You have to love this video. This was so good. Oh my god. All right, round 3. All right, guys, here we are against Ted. Interesting. Okay. Greninja, Flutter. Dude, I cannot believe we got that win. Holy crap, that was such a good battle. That was so good. Oropon and Ursaluna. Another Ursaluna. Okay. Okay, well, we absolutely have to bring Jitterman. I don't think there's a question. Even in this circumstance, I think it's actually just the right call. This is a pretty interesting team, actually. Okay, so there's that. I will say Boogie did a pretty good job as the utility mon in a lot of these, and this is a very scary team for a lot of reasons. As much as I really want to bring Serenity, I actually don't think I do this time. Is that right? Is that what I think? I don't think it's Excalibur. Excalibur's a little rough against this team. I actually think Boogie is going to be riding on the back of this one pretty hard. I think this is going to be a big one. It can't be Serenity. I just don't think so. It needs to be a damage dealer. We'll try Colonel. I don't think this is going to go my way. I don't have a good feeling about this one, but we're going to do the best we can here and give it a shot. Again, thank you so much for everybody entering the giveaway. Jitterman is a really cool Jolteon. I'm really glad we get to use a shiny Jolteon as well. And so thank you so much for the submission. Your pack, you will have been reached out to about this. So you will be able to get your pack pretty quickly here. Okay, so obviously not a lot we can do against this. We kind of just have to hard swap out, don't we? Which kind of sucks. I'm so worried about just going, because it's going to go for a ground type move, I imagine. I wish I could volt switch, but this was maybe the rougher lead for us. I think we just have to hard swap into Boogie. I don't think there's anything we can do. I'm trying to think if anything else on our team would have been better to swap in here. Serenity would have been good, 100%. Headlong Rush. Okay, well, that is a gone Boogie. The good news is now we do get a clean swap in at the very least. I'm trying not to waste Jitterman here because I do want to kind of spotlight you a little bit. This is going to be a tough battle though, I'm not going to lie. I'm glad we did not go for the burn on this one. The last time, by the way, the reason the Willow felt safe was because they did not go for the expected move, we'll say. I'm going to protect... Or they did not have a flame orb, I should say. So I'm going to protect so we get the speed boost. Because I think the only way we really get through this is if we can speed boost up and really do some massive damage here. But this thing is going to eat us alive if we don't do anything. So we'll see. There's the speed boost. It's going to help a little bit. We already outspeed this. We don't outspeed everything on the team is kind of what I'm thinking. Do we go fighting to get rid of... I think we do. We're going to full send here. They did stay in. I'm full sending because they're going for the headlong rush here, it seems like. And this at the very least is going to get rid of our fire typing, which is actually really helpful in this instance. And it's just going to power up the CC a little bit. So I don't know. We'll see. We did it. I mean, I will take that. Our speed is going to go up again. The trick here is if they have the Flutter main, we're in pretty bad shape no matter what. Even Jitterman, I don't think we'll be able to save us on that one. But we'll do the best we can and we'll see what they have. Maybe they didn't choose the right Pokemon here. Ogerpon, okay. Yep. Do I bulk up or do I just... I think I just protect and we just see what they're going to do. There's no reason not to protect here. Again, we've got the speed boost. This is really what you're supposed to do with the speed boost mon, is just be able to, you know, kind of continuously make this work. All right. In-body aspect, yep. The attack rose, sure. I'm going to just straight up see what happens. There's nothing else we can do. Superpower. Interesting. I'm a little surprised that this is like their best bet. There's our speed boost again. Again, just trying really hard to make sure that our speed is as high as I can make it. We're just going to CC. I hope it does enough. I don't think it will, but we're going to try. Okay, I am wrong. I am so wrong. Holy crap. Colonel is a monster. Holy crap. We are like really high on the speed end of things at this point as well. So I feel like we just have to run with Colonel and hope Jitterman, I don't think we're going to actually get to see you very much. I'm so sorry. Okay, but Jitterman, you were the right call. I'm going to be honest. But this is, I mean, we just close combat here. I should have protected. I think that's probably correct. But guys, we got 2 wins. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, and this was the first team. Again, guys, this was the first team I truly built cohesively. I will say more so than in any other instance. I really am happy about that. Oh, guys, we got 2 wins. Again, I want to say thank you so much for everybody sharing your public builds with the Poke Builds community. Please do continue to do so. You can make as many as you'd like. There is no limit. I will be choosing those kind of at random and kind of to help fill in any gaps that I see on the squad. And so please feel free, submit as many as you'd like. Again, thank you guys so much. I really do congratulate you all on what you've built, because some of those are really, really cool. I've been looking through some more of them as they come in, and I can't believe we got 2 wins today. I feel so good about that. I'm riding high right now, man. All right, so stay tuned, guys. Next week, we're going to be doing this again. And again, we will have a giveaway winner of that free pack of Phantasmal Flames. Congratulations to our winner this time around. But thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next episode.